Hey guys, Buffett Game Bat today, bringing you another video for our weapon blueprint video covering the Wages of Sin M4A1 as part of the Tracer Pack Skeletonized, which gives you this nice, unique, whole new, brand new look, aesthetic overhaul to the M4A1, giving it a whole skeletonized system here. So we'll go ahead and review this. First off, on the screen you can see the pack itself. So this is the Tracer Pack Skeletonized. This weapon is going to fire red tracer rounds, which actually look pretty neat. So you get with this for 1,400 COD points in store, the Wages of Sin blueprint for the M4A1, which we'll be covering here, the Face of Evil charm, the Skull Pile vehicle skin. You also get a vehicle horn, the Cursed Calling card, and the Vulture emblem, all for $1,400. So the main thing here, obviously, the only thing really worthwhile you're getting out of this is the M4A1 that you're getting here with this for 1,400 COD points. So let's go ahead and back out. We'll go ahead and look at this from scratch. I'll strip it down, we'll build it up, and then we'll go over the unique features and jump into some gameplay. So here you can see the final design for our skeletonized M4A1. So let's go ahead and back out. And again, you can see the blueprint there, the Wages of Sin. So let me go ahead first off, and I will strip this down to base. We'll use the base blueprint here for the Wages of Sin. So the unique attachments for this blueprint, which gives it a whole cosmetic change, which is really nice to see. We haven't seen one of these in a while, but the first attachment we're going to want is the muzzle brake. So this is going to give you recoil stabilization, the cons being the ADS speed and the aiming stability. And again, you can see there versus the default in the thunderclap, you can see you get a whole new unique muzzle brake there for this weapon. So we'll go ahead and put that on. Now the barrel is again another very unique attachment here. We're going to go with that 14.5 tack light barrel. That's going to assist with the aim down sight speed as well as the bullet velocity. So you can see all the different options we have here. With this weapon, we get all these different Frankenstein options for the 14.5-inch barrel. And we're going to go with the very last one here, the Wages of Sin. So we'll go ahead and select that. Gives us a whole new cosmetic barrel for the M4A1. We'll skip on the laser as well as the optics. And now the stock, we're going to want that Forge Tech CQS stock option here. This is going to give us assist to the ADS speed. The concept being the aiming stability for this weapon. Again, we have a lot of Frankenstein options here you can see based on your blueprints. So we'll go ahead and select the Wages of Sin. Skip out on the perk, and for the rear grip, we're going to want that stipple grip tape. So this is going to assist us with the ADS speed and the sprint to fire speed for this weapon. Con, again, is just going to be aiming stability. You can see not much of a change versus the other ones that I have here. The only other one I have is the Wages of the For the Cause versus the Wages of Sin. So you can see really it's just grip tape, so there's no big difference there. So we're going to select that. Now the ammunition we're going to leave blank. Again, we get a nice new magazine with this option for the weapon as well. And then we'll go ahead for the underbarrel attachment. We're going to want the Commando foregrip. So this, again, is going to give us our pros of recoil stabilization and aiming stability. The cons here are just going to be the movement speed for this weapon. And again, you can see versus the different, you have the default, the XRK, and you may have more based on your blueprints, but you can see when we select the Wages of Sin, we get a nice grip there on the front of the Commando foregrip there. If I just go ahead and view this, you can see you get a little bit of grip or rivets there on the front. This is unique for this particular blueprint itself. And we also have a very unique mag here. Would it be cool if we came with a fast release on the bottom? Would be nice too. But again, very unique magazine here for this weapon. We also have very unique iron sights. It changes the iron sights for this weapon. We have Magpul MBus Gen 2, I believe, iron sights on this. So very unique for this one. We have the full-length Picatinny rail on the top. Again, we have the skeletonized AR-15 pistol grip here. That's going to give us that skeletonized look for this weapon. Skeletonized AR-15 pistol grip. We also have a unique stock option, but another thing you notice is the whole upper and lower receiver of the weapon change itself. We do have the barrel itself is brand new. Unfortunately, we have the grips on the side there, the rail grips, so we can't see the full barrel left or right, but you can see there the barrel again is a skeletonized barrel for the upper receiver, and you can see those are connected with what looks like key mod attachments on the left and right hand side. So those are not Picatinny's. It looks like it has key mods. In real life, you'll see with this type of build having M-lock. This one has what looks like key mods on the left and right. So very unique weapon there. You can see again skeletonized lower, completely unique. Skeletonized upper, completely unique. We have key mod slots on the left and right of the rail. We have full-length Picatinny rail on the top, as well as it's hard to tell what the Commando foregrip is connected on. Let's go ahead and just deselect this quick and take a look. Bottom of the barrel, so we do have what looks like Picatinny's on the bottom, and then we have key mods on the left and right, which is pretty interesting. That's really it for this. And again, it fires the red tracer packs. We see The ambidextrous... Okay, it is not ambidextrous. We have the select fire option on the left-hand side, and then the right-hand side does not appear to be ambidextrous. So it's just going to be the left-hand side, as well as a mag release there as well. Again, completely unique weapon here. So we'll go ahead and back out. I'm just going to show you what the camouflage looks like on this. The camouflage doesn't look too good, unfortunately. It just kind of comes on very cleanly. Instead, I wish it were kind of a dirtier looking camo. You can get away with some of the pinstripe suit, and some other ones here don't look too bad, as well as stripes. I think you can get away with the con striped camouflage here. Actually looks pretty nice on this. And also some of the reptile ones I think do look pretty unique on this as well. You can get away with the Komodo and maybe some of these other ones that I don't have unlocked yet. But again, you can see the bull snake looks pretty nice as well. Something that looks nice and clean. And unfortunately, again, I wish it were a little bit dirtier and just covered up that red. If we could get an all-black version of this, I think it would be really nice to see. You can just see some of these other ones here. That doesn't look too bad itself. The Angels looks pretty good as well. Now, some other builds really quick. I'll jump in. We'll see the unique iron sights, the Magpul M-Bus iron sights here. But first off, some unique builds that you can do with this. Here, I'll just show off some really quick, and then I'll preview them in game right before we jump into the gameplay. So we have just this build I did here using the Wages of Sin blueprint. Instead, the only changes here I made is I threw on a holographic sight. I put an operator foregrip instead of the commando foregrip. I used the zip tie barrel here, and then I threw a tactical suppressor on there. You can see there, that actually looks extremely nice. I like that look a lot, and if we were to throw some camo on this, just to see how it would look if we put on something, not too bad. It actually looks pretty good, but I think it actually looks very unique with just the standard blank camo here. We get the red lower receiver as well as with the buttstock, and then we get that nice black upper receiver option here, which looks very aesthetically pleasing for this weapon. So that's one option. A lot of good Frankenstein options here. This one's just messing around again. Just use the zip tie. I threw on the XRK M16 stock, holographic. We used the Wages of Sin barrel as well as the muzzle brake, and then it's just a standard commando foregrip. Doesn't look too bad. Again, it looks pretty neat. It's a little odd with the red and blue there, but again, still a pretty neat looking weapon there as well with that particular build. And that here is our skeletonized M4A1. You can see, again, very aesthetically pleasing. It reminds me a lot of one of the custom blueprints, I'll call it, from COD 4 Remastered. They had their own type of unique type blueprints that you would unlock there. And again, in COD Remastered, it looks very similar to one of those. Very nice looking. I like this build a lot. It opens up a lot of options here. As we jump into the gameplay, I'll just preview some of those ones I just showed you, and then we'll jump into the gameplay with this weapon. The first thing you'll notice, again, just looking at these other previews for these weapons, they look really, really nice. This is actually, I was actually pretty impressed that this was actually released just now for this blueprint for the Wages of Sin. It's actually a very unique cosmetic change to the M4A1. It's really a full overhaul, which is something we've been covering here on this channel and kind of advocating for quite a long time. And this just goes to show what they can do to overhaul weapons. So it would be really nice to see something done similarly to the AK-47 to give us almost a AK-105 Alpha AK blueprint for the AK-47, if not even an AK-12 blueprint would be really nice, because they essentially gave us a whole new platform or a whole new AR-15 customized modification here with the M4A1 with this particular blueprint. So that just stands to show, or goes to show, that they can do it with other weapons too, including the AK, the G36. We can get an XM8. There's a lot of different options here. So hopefully they'll have more like this coming. I think this is exactly what I want to see with blueprints in this game. And again, for 1,400 COD points, in my mind, it's well worth it, just because now we have Frankenstein options here, and there's a lot we can do with this particular blueprint and a lot of the builds we have. So with that being said, jumping into the gameplay here, you'll see again the red tracers add a nice little flair to the weapon. I think it looks pretty cool on this. It's not overpowering. It looks pretty neat. It doesn't take you out of the gameplay too much, and you can see just standard tracers, nothing special, just red, which is pretty cool. Now the iron sights here, you'll notice these are brand new iron sights. We also have so it's the Magpul M-Bus Gen 2, I want to say. It could be Gen 1. Magpul flip-up iron sights. So brand new iron sights for this M4A1. And then another thing I didn't really cover here, but you'll see it here in the gameplay. I didn't cover it when we were previewing it, but the charging handle is also brand new. So the charging handle, we actually have a Raptor charging handle for the AR-15 or the M4 in this case. So it's good to see an actual Raptor charging handle. I think the other ones that we've had on the other blueprints and weapons are not quite a Raptor charging handle. So it's good to see we have an actual Raptor charging handle on this blueprint. Very unique blueprint here. So let me know down below what you guys think of this blueprint. I wasn't planning on doing this video today, but when I did see it in store, I thought this was definitely worthy of covering. And if you're thinking about whether or not to buy this, it really depends on this pack. If you're an M4A1 user, if you're a fan of this type of weapon blueprint. In my mind, this is the kind of blueprint, like I said, that I look forward to on this channel. It completely overhauls the weapon cosmetically. In this case, almost 100%. There's really nothing about this M4 that is similar to any of the other M4s in the game. Complete cosmetic overhaul, down to the magazine, pistol grip, everything is brand new on this weapon, which is awesome to see. So, in my mind, completely worth the 1,400 COD points. Let me know down below if you've gotten it, what you think of this weapon, and also share your custom modifications with me with the Frankenspething. If you've built things off of this, show them off down below. Give me your comments, as well as in the Discord. I have the link to the Discord and social media down below as well. Send me those photos. I want to see what you guys are making with this, because this opens up a lot of options for the M4A1 to build new cosmetic blueprint options with the Frankenspething in this game. So I'll leave you guys with that, and then also, hopefully, like I said, we'll get some more blueprints like this down the road for other weapons. It seems like the M4 seems to be one of the most heavily focused on weapons with blueprints. I think I have almost 20 of them at this point that I've unlocked through the game and the Battle Pass, as well as the store. So hopefully we'll get something, like I said, for the AK-47 to give us a AK-105 Alpha AK variant. Would be just beautiful to see. That'd be very, very nice. They can do cosmetic changes like they did here with the M4A1. They can certainly do an Alpha AK for the AK-47, or even an AK-12 to bring it up to the newer specs for the AK-400 series, that new platform that the Russians have moved to. So I think that would be really nice to see. And then, like I said, the G36 or the Holger 26, they could do a complete overhaul for the XM8. If you guys aren't familiar with that, go ahead and look it up. That one almost was very close to replacing the M4A1 at one point in the trials. It actually performed very, very well. Very similar to the G36. However, I think internally it's very similar. Almost the same, just different size internal parts. However, the outer part of that weapon is completely different and unique to what they were building here for the American market. Very interesting looking gun. I think they could do that. And there's a lot of other options as well that they can build a lot of these guns. The Kilo 141 or the HK433, they could do an ACR blueprint, things like that. There's a lot of options now. I think this really opens up the door. I was surprised to see this late in the game's life cycle here in Season 6. So this is really nice to see. Like I said, very 100% unique blueprint here for the M4A1, giving us a full overhaul to the weapon. Skeletonized M4, we have the skeletonized pistol grip, the whole skeletonized lower receiver, brand new magazine, skeletonized upper receiver with key mod and Picatinny rails on the handguard. We have Magpul M-Bus flip-up iron sights here. Again, completely unique to this blueprint. We have a completely unique buttstock on this weapon, as well as a muzzle brake. So this is really awesome. This is definitely worth the 1,400 COD points in my mind. And I think, like I said, this is really exciting to see this late in the game's life cycle. Sound off down below. Let me know what kind of cosmetic blueprint changes you want to see to other weapons of the game. I mentioned the Alpha AK, the XM8. Let me know down below what you guys want to see. And maybe Infinity Ward will keep this kind of support going past the life cycle of this game. Even though Warzone's going to continue to be supported, maybe we'll see things like this. Or maybe Treyarch will take over and release blueprints similar to this. There's a lot of options. I think this is exciting. If Warzone's going to be supposedly supported for a couple of years to come now, we should be seeing fresh content like this coming forward. And there's so many options that they can do with things like this in the shop, with blueprints. They can essentially give us brand new weapons without putting new weapons in the game, just cosmetically changing them, which is really what the key, I think the highlight or the big takeaway for the gunsmith feature in this game is, and that's the most exciting part. So let me know down below what you guys think of this. I'll leave you guys with a little bit of the gameplay here. The red chaser is pretty nice. The iron sight's a little bit difficult to use in my mind, just mainly I think probably due to the tracers on the weapon, but let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you enjoy this blueprint and what you would change with it, if anything. And then, like I said, join the Discord down below or the social media options. Just send me your custom mods with this weapon if you happen to have it yet. And let me know what you think overall. I'll leave you guys with that. This is Buffner Gaming with the Wages of Sin weapon blueprint for the M4A1, turning it into the skeletonized M4A1. Till next time, Buffner Gaming, out.